You know, all our teaching of historicism on prophetic themes, setting dates, our scholars have known for decades that's all wrong. William Miller, and almost all our dates like 538, 508, 1798, 1844, and he was wrong in all of them.
Historical evidence shows that Clovis I, King of the Franks, played a pivotal role in supporting Catholic Christianity and provided critical civil backing to the emerging papal institution in the early 6th centuries. Modern historians generally agree that Clovis converted to Catholicism, strongly influenced by his wife Clotilde, a Nicene Christian, and that this was a political move to unify his rule over both Franks and the Roman Catholic population. The timing and exact year of conversion are debated. Some older accounts, following Gregory of Tours, place his baptism around 496 AD. More recent scholarship, using primary sources including a letter from Avitus of Vienne, places the event closer to Christmas, 508 AD. Hashtag Clovis and papal civil power, primary and secondary sources. In 508 AD, Clovis defeated the Arian Visigoths and established Catholicism more securely in his territories, marking a shift in the religious and political landscape of Western Europe. The New Catholic Encyclopedia states that Clovis used the collective authority of church bishops to forge a national church under royal direction, reinforcing the union of civil and church authority. Clovis's victory over the Visigoths is seen as a turning point, establishing a precedent where the state, represented by the Franks, used its military and political might to defend and enforce Catholic Christianity, supplanting rival Arian influences. Contemporary recognition of Clovis's status came from the Eastern Roman Emperor Anastasius, who in 508 CE acknowledged Clovis as consul and defender of Roman Catholic interests, further legitimizing Frankish and Catholic prominence in the West. Hashtag Adventist Historicist Interpretation, 508 AD in prophecy. Seventh-day Adventist scholars point to 508 AD, sometimes 496, as the year when the union of church and state began to support the papacy, citing Clovis's conversion and military victories for Catholicism as fulfilling the start of Daniel's 1,290 days prophecy, Daniel 12:11. Adventist authors reference both church historians and documents like the Lex Romana Visigothorum and New Catholic Encyclopedia to show that Clovis placed Catholic law and bishops at the center of civil governance, effectively backing the church with the state. Hashtag Key historical sources and references. New Catholic Encyclopedia, Volume 4, page 809, details Clovis's use of church authority to shape religious and civil life. George Burton Adams, Civilization During the Middle Ages, discusses Clovis's role in bringing together Roman and Germanic influences under the Catholic Church's aegis. Philip Schaff, History of the Christian Church, Volume 3, recognizes 508 as pivotal when Clovis's military action defended Catholicism. James Bryce, The Holy Roman Empire, affirms the conversion's impact on the political religious order of Europe. Contemporary letters, e.g. Avitus of Vienne to Clovis, confirm Clovis's church alignment and baptism toward 508 AD. The list of historians/scholars and their agreement. 1. Kathleen Mitchell Britannica agrees 508 AD is likely. 2. Avitus of Vienne, primary source, letter to Clovis, supports late baptism, possibly 508 AD. 3. James Edward, The Origins of France, acknowledges recent scholarship, possible 508 AD. 4. Gregory of Tours, History of the Franks, traditional, says 496, but basis is questioned. 5. William M. Daly, Speculum, 1994, discusses late date, supports 508 as likely. 6. Reinhold Kaiser, Das Römische Erbe und das Merovingerreich, discusses both dates, leans toward later date. 7. Charles Oman, The Dark Ages, recognizes new research on date, does not object to 508. 8. J. M. Wallace Hadrill, The Long-Haired Kings, reflects both possibilities, leans toward late baptism. 9. George Burton Adams, classic reference, accepts possibility of 508 given new evidence. 10. Philip Schaff, History of the Christian Church, acknowledges new scholarship supports 508. 11. New Catholic Encyclopedia, discusses late baptism theory, recognizes 508 as plausible. 12. Bernard Bachrach, modern scholar, supports later baptism and 508 AD. 13. Wikipedia, summarizing consensus, indicates modern historians favor 508 AD. 14. Lex Romana Visigothorum, legal historic source, supports shift around 508 AD. 15. James Bryce, The Holy Roman Empire, open to later baptism date, does not dispute 508. 16. Boniface Simonetta, hagiographic account, reflects French tradition, does not contest later date. 17. Jacques Almain, agrees with 508 possibility in context of French scholarship. 18. Paulus Emilius Veronensis, cites both dates, acknowledges later date. 19. Heidi Hikes, Adventist historian, endorses 508 AD explicitly. 20. John Vickers, Adventist scholar, Times of the End, affirms 508 for SDA interpretation. Most historians now agree 508 AD is defensible or probable, though a minority still cite 496 AD, usually based on Gregory of Tours. Modern scholarship increasingly prefers 508 AD due to primary source analysis.